Good afternoon and welcome to our annual Diversity and Inclusion Awards. I'm Johnny Aguirre, Associate Publisher for Missouri Lawyers Media. I'll be your host this afternoon along with Jordan Young, our editor. We are pleased and honored to host again this year such a special recognition event for Missouri's legal community. Its purpose is to honor the incredible work being done by so many to ensure our differences are celebrated to better accomplish the task at hand and the greater good. And because this is a virtual event, we encourage you to help us make this an interactive program today. We trust you will enjoy it. Today, let's socially engage and celebrate despite the distance between us. For those of you who follow us regularly, you know Missouri Lawyers Media works hard to provide you with information you can use in your practice. We are a media company built on innovation, and this afternoon you are joining us for our 5th Virtual Diversity and Inclusion Awards event. Thank you for taking the time to support our honorees. For decades, we have recognized and celebrated the incredible legal work of Missouri attorneys, and this specific award comes at an important time in our history. Today, we honor those who are making positive change by embracing our differences, creating a better whole. And without the partnership of our sponsors today, and each of you, this event would not be possible. Our award sponsor this year is Mickus O'Toole. Our VIP sponsor is Lewis Rice, and our celebration sponsor is Hush Blackwell. Before we begin the individual honoree recognitions, it is my sincere privilege to introduce someone who doesn't just talk about diversity and inclusion. He and his firm embody the very definition of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Vincent Reese has served as the managing partner of Mickus O'Toole's for the past 7 years. During this time, he has guided the firm through significant growth and change. In 2017, the firm embarked on a new 5-year strategic plan dedicated to increasing its commitment to diversity and inclusion, expanding its practice areas, and becoming one of the top mid-sized general practice law firms in Missouri. From 2017 to 2023, the firm more than doubled in size, grew its revenue by over 80%, and increased its revenue per attorney by 20%. The firm's growth in size, revenue, and practice areas coincided with a focus on diversity and inclusion. The firm benefits from a group of dedicated attorneys that are 60% female and 16% attorneys of color. The firm's leadership reflects this overall diversity, with 50% of equity partners either female or of color. Mickus O'Toole has been a minority-owned law firm since 2019 and is currently the largest minority-owned law firm in Missouri and one of the largest minority law firms in the Midwest. Ladies and gentlemen, Vincent Reese.
Hello, my name is Vince Reese, and I'm the managing partner of Mickus O'Toole. Mickus O'Toole is once again honored to sponsor the Missouri Lawyers Media Diversity and Inclusion Awards. As Missouri's largest minority-owned law firm, we greatly value the diversity that each of our employees brings to our firm, and we recognize the competitive advantage that our diversity provides to our clients. We know from experience that diverse and inclusive organizations are stronger, more creative, and deliver better results. So it's with great honor that we offer our congratulations to this year's honorees for their continued dedication to diversity in our profession. Thank you for all that you do, and please keep up the good work.
Thank you so much, Vincent. Now, I'm pleased to introduce and welcome Missouri Lawyer Media's editor, Jordan Young, to share with you how today's honorees were selected, and then we will be moving into the awards portion of the program.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're enjoying our program so far. The individuals and firms we honor through this year's program were selected from scores of nominations. They represent the epitome of ongoing work and exceptional achievement to encourage positive change. They are dedicated to the profession of law to ensure it represents the many facets of human diversity and to the application of justice overall, regardless of our differences. The nominations we received highlighted work as varied as the legal professionals doing it, but all with a laser-focused mission of appreciating our differences through a creation of inclusion. In selecting these honorees, we looked at the commitment and impact they have had within their firms and organizations on ensuring diversity and inclusion of all humans, or in the equality of justice, regardless of our differences. So let's get started. It's now time to meet Missouri Lawyers Media's 2024 Diversity and Inclusion Award winners. Their awards were delivered to them in the last few days. Let's meet them now.
And now, introducing your 2024 honorees in the Missouri legal community.
I think the most motivating element of being a lawyer is partnering with my clients to help come up with really creative solutions to problems that have caught them off guard. And that also informs my work in diversity and inclusion, because I think that having multiple perspectives inform those complicated answers to complicated questions, likely to enhance the quality of the work, serves the client and serves the profession by creating opportunities for people of different backgrounds. Far too often, it is the case that lawyers look to mentor those who remind them of their younger selves. And one of the things that has been a virtue in my career and may be viewed as a vice in the careers of my white male colleagues is that I love to mentor younger women, giving them the opportunity to succeed in the profession where there are not a lot of mentors are readily visible to them is one of the great satisfactions in my career.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion is just sort of it's a principle. It's a way of being as it relates to my existence in the legal community and my existence as a lawyer. A recognition of our differences, the differences amongst lawyers, the differences amongst people, and not just a recognition, but an accommodation made to account for those differences. It's a continued thing, and so there's never really going to be like a goal that we're going to reach that will, in my view, make it unnecessary. It's really just sort of a way of being that folks in the legal community should just adopt.
Congratulations, Apollo.
You are a true leader promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Your leadership is paving the way
For future generations.
You are a tremendous asset.
For our community and beyond.
Lewis Rice is proud to congratulate
On this well-deserved recognition.
I see the benefits to everyone in the profession when you have diverse staff, diverse people at the table, because then you're getting viewpoints that just are not yours. And it gives you information so that you're making great choices, not just good choices. And you can't get that if everyone's life experience, educational background, family, all are pretty much the same. You get a richness and a depth when you have all these different voices at the table, helping formulate solutions and helping you with the decision-making process. It just is better.
I think the goal that remains to be seen is reaching the people who really need to get the message. Right now, the people that attend the CLEs, the people that attend sensitivity trainings for LGBTQ clients, the people who volunteer at events are people who are already allies, and you're preaching to the choir. It's really difficult to get the message out to people who would potentially be your ally if they knew more about the situations that are going on. So I think as attorneys, as advocates for the LGBTQ plus community, we really need to find a way to get our messages out to people and to reach the people that aren't willingly coming to the CLEs, or the people who are only attending training because it's a requirement of the job.
Yeah, that's a great question. What I would love to see in the legal profession is for firms to continue improving their diversity efforts by increasing mentorship and support services. This means focusing on efforts beyond the initial hire and committing to continued investment in an organization's diverse team membership. Mentoring and providing high-quality work experiences are important parts of that, and I've seen those efforts pay off at my firm. Despite progress, retention of diverse attorneys remains a challenge for law firms. For the future of the profession, we need more diverse attorneys in leadership roles. This will provide more depth in perspectives and better reflect the clients that we serve. The best way to do this is to keep people engaged and growing and fostering a culture of continued commitment and advancement of diverse attorneys.
Congratulations and well done. Let's meet our next group of winners.
What motivates me most is a desire to pay back the mentors that I had coming up as a young lawyer. I was fortunate enough to work for our country's first gay federal jurist, and I saw such an inspiration through him that of all he had achieved. And I also had mentors at my first law firm who were openly gay, and I knew that I could become a partner at a large law firm. So I try to mentor young attorneys to achieve their dreams, just like I was able to. And I also really enjoy mentoring females because as an IP litigator, I was often the only female in the room. So I really enjoy and get a lot out of it myself, mentoring young lawyers and women in sports.
I see big opportunities for firms, for organizations, leaders who are willing to move outside of their comfort zone and start to be uncomfortable in order to cultivate growth. And I think the legal community is not any different, but for it to change in a positive way, it too must step out of its comfort zone and embrace diversity of thought, diversity in backgrounds. That includes gender, sexual orientation, and different abilities. I think with purpose, we should bring people together who possess diverse experiences, perspectives, and ideas. We have seen success in teams from professional services to client case teams, and those with diverse members are more successful. It creates a better reflection of society as a whole and enables firms and legal departments to better serve our clients.
A lawyer is either a parasite on society or a social engineer. So every day when I am working and coming up with solutions, I always think like, how can I make this world a better place by practicing law? And so essentially a social engineer is someone that makes a change for the better. And so I think that is so important when we're talking about diversity, inclusion, to make sure that people have an equal say. We have diverse opinions because diverse opinions make us all better at what we do. So I think that is probably the most important thing that really motivates me in my practice of law and in diversity and inclusion.
The elimination of bias still remains an issue that still remains unfulfilled, generally speaking. I think one way we can address that is by keep educating ourselves and others regarding implicit bias, continuing to acknowledge when implicit bias occurs, and make efforts to surround ourselves with opportunities to learn and grow through conversations and experiences with those outside our usual social circles. Volunteer for community events that may not be a typical community event that, for a volunteer organization that you're typically involved with, just to get different types of experiences and just to get different types of knowledge from other people. That's the best way to learn, is by exposing yourself to people different than yourself.
The Missouri legal community has to really take a multifaceted approach and a very deliberate approach to really foster diversity and inclusion, instituting what we call pipeline programs such as mentorships and partnerships with universities in schools that really target educating and recruiting diverse candidates, eliminate bias that you can, and ensure fairness, reaching out to the community that you serve, the people that are your clients, and asking what they need and what ways you can establish trust within the community, encourages open communication, that encourages diverse candidates to both stay and be comfortable and just have an open communication and ways for people to safely voice their concerns.
Congratulations to each of our winners. Let's meet our next group of honorees.
A lot of times I notice that people of different backgrounds, they're not always communicating socially with each other. I do believe if we can facilitate more opportunities to be social with each other, I think that helps to develop the professional relationship. Whenever someone needs to refer an attorney, like I don't do criminal law, I may refer the names of 3 attorneys who may not be of a different background of myself. And I think that's not anything that people do intentionally. If we had an idea and knew other attorneys, great attorneys, everyone practices well, then I think we would have more diversity in those referrals. And then the whole legal community, after those referrals are done, would grow.
At Paul Camazine and Blumenthal,
we are proud of the work our diversity, equity,
Inclusion and Belonging Committee
is doing.
The insight we gain
Through their efforts,
helps us understand the concerns
of our clients, employees, and community.
Visit pcblawfirm.com
to learn more about our story and our services.
It is more of a continuous goal. In more recent months and over the past year, been more of a goal with a focus on inclusion. Was recently inspired by a local DEI advocate, Dr. Rebecca Baumgartner, who gave us a presentation on intentional inclusion. And a summary of that presentation was a focus on inclusion as the goal results in diversity as the outcome. And so that's really stuck with me, and that's my continuous goal as I move forward in the DEI space.
I would like to see a more diverse bench. Of the three branches of government, people have the most direct contact with members of the judiciary. In communities, judges are powerful role models, and they serve as symbols that there's a forum where you can seek redress, be heard, and be treated with dignity, and everybody is treated fairly under the law. A community has confidence in a bench that reflects the appearance of the community itself. And I think we should all strive to restoring public opinion in the judiciary. And I think that's the best way of going about it.
So we've got to be sure that we not only know our history, but continue to educate folks about the importance of diversity, equity, and inclusion within the walls of our law firms, as well as within the walls of our legal institutions and also law schools. We've got a lot of folks who are coming into this profession for the first time, the first generation. The second thing we need to do is to hold ourselves accountable. We need to think about telling our story. And sometimes that will include showcasing some of those warts of not making the progress that we wanted to make along the way, but also sharing and being sure that we celebrate the progress that we're making through organizations and opportunities like this, as well as the strides that we're making within each firm. So with those three things as our North Star, I think we will get there.
I think one of the things that attracted me about being a lawyer was helping people, clients, solve their problems. So I like to solve problems. I like working with groups of people. And I think diversity is a key component of helping solve problems. And you bring different perspectives into the discussions, different perspectives into how to solve a problem, what various issues may be as they confront people that are coming from different backgrounds, different economic values, all those kind of things. So I think being a lawyer and helping people and promoting diversity to get a wider range of perspective. And I think diversity has proved out over times to give better results.
Congratulations to those winners. Let's meet a few more Diversity and Inclusion Award winners.
As an attorney, educator, entrepreneur, and writer, Chalana Scales-Ferguson's research and service centers on the intersectionality of race and gender within workplace, educational, and family systems. Today at Washington University, she is the inaugural holder of the title Associate Vice Chancellor of Institutional Equity. She is a recipient of the Lloyd L. Gaines Award from the Black Law Students Association, the Faculty Excellence Award from the Board of Advocates, the Carrie Mae Carroll Award from the MU Women's Law Association, and the MU Inclusive Excellence Award from the University Staff Advisory Council. Her work in DEI positions includes time spent as Director of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging for the Chaffetz School of Business. She also recently earned certification as a diversity executive. Previously, she'd worked at the University of Missouri School of Law, where she served as Director of Academic Success. Lali Serta is committed to championing the work of others through the development and support of a workplace where every voice is heard. In 2023, Serta, a daughter of immigrant workers, was the recipient of the Kansas City Metropolitan Bar Association's President Award. Following high school, she worked at various jobs before applying to be a diversity assistant at a large law firm. Later, she'd earn a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. In part because of her work, Shook has made diversity and inclusion indispensable factors in its operations, including a vision statement which aims for an environment in which all persons can succeed. Serta manages a team that looks to create opportunities and social awareness within the firm, which hosts several professional development programs annually, including the Shook Scholars Institute and the Honorable Judge Gray Lawyers Leadership Academy, to grow a diverse generation of lawyers. Kimberly Jones, the managing member of Seyfried Blumenthal and Harris's DEIA committee, said a commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion has been instilled in her from the beginning of her legal career thanks to her mentors. It is because of this that Jones believes mentorship is a pillar in promoting meaningful and long-term diversity within the justice system. She hopes that more lawyers in the community will volunteer their time to speak with younger students and devise ways to make law school more affordable, especially for those who may be historically disadvantaged socioeconomically. Moving forward, Jones hopes to increase the number of women and minorities joining the legal field. Jones's pride in her firm comes from the diverse group of exceptional attorneys they have cultivated. SBH is committed to diversity initiatives, and the 11 attorneys currently at the firm include 3 minorities, 2 women, and 4 members of the LGBTQ community.
Cheers to all our winners. And now I'd like to turn it over to Johnny Aguirre for some closing remarks.
Congratulations again to all of this afternoon's honorees, and thanks to each of you for joining us virtually to celebrate the accomplishments of these honorees for our Diversity and Inclusion Awards. I'd like to once again thank our award sponsor, Mickus O'Toole, VIP sponsor, Lewis Rice, and our celebration sponsor, Hush Blackwell. This event is possible because of your incredible support. Visit MissouriLawyersMedia.com to watch the event again and to learn more about all of today's honorees. Again, none of this would be possible without the support of so many. And I thank you for your attendance and generosity of time as we celebrate this recognition. We are so privileged to honor so many this afternoon. We truly appreciate the work you do each day. Congratulations to our honorees. Keep moving us all forward. Be safe and stay healthy, everyone. We will see you again soon. Thank you.